Hey guys, we are at Skyview Ranch and we're here with a lady named Carol. She's the owner. And Nancy and I, what are we going to do here, Nancy?
We're going to go visit some alpaca.
Alpacas. Now, why would we want to go see some alpacas? Well, I'll tell you. Stay tuned.
Here, we're going to visit
So,
Liza.
Oh, Liza. She
look
said
at this
hello.
place. This is
Liza's the one that
the
got
Skyview
us
Ranch
out. She said, yes, she said,
from her
I'm
front
gonna walk
porch.
a little bit outside here, so if you'd like to find a seat where you're comfortable.
Sure.
So, we've been doing this for 18 years, and I'm happy to announce that we have a baby that you're going to see.
Is that Lemon?
Lady Lemon, yeah.
Hmm.
She is 5 weeks old. Yeah. And she was born on Sunday, August 6th. And about 18 pounds at birth. And we weighed her last Monday when she was a month old, last Sunday. She was 34 pounds.
Oh, wow.
She's doing great. The colder the weather, the better for them. They love the cold, they love the rain, they love the snow. These two shelters up here are for the girls. The two below are for the boys. The reason we have our boys and girls separated, also by a fence, because female alpacas and llamas and alpacas are related, the same family, camels, alpacas, llamas, the camelid family. Whenever the male mounts a female, they have spontaneous ovulation, so they can get pregnant anytime.
Oh, my gosh.
Really, yeah.
Interesting.
And we'd have chaos here. So we choose a time, usually in the fall, to breed a particular male with a female. And then we wait 11 and a half months to a year for a baby.
Oh, my gosh.
Usually it's close to a year. And when that baby's born, like I said, we hope it weighs 14 to 20 pounds to get a good start in life. So Lady Lemon, she got a good start at 18.
She did.
And
You give them a cup of grain a day, each one. Uh-huh.
and fresh hay, good hay,
Good hay.
as good as we can get.
Uh-huh.
And,
As much hay as they want?
Pardon?
As much hay as they want?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And maybe if you mention, my husband will show you, we have the hay in buckets because we tried the racks and so forth, but if they pull it down onto the ground and trample it, they get real particular. I don't think I'll eat that hay,
Okay.
which is a waste of money. So we have it in those tubs, you buy the blue tubs, whatever. And then we had a grate made, an iron grate that goes over the hay, so they pull it through the grate.
Okay.
And that has saved us a lot of wasteful hay. So that works out good for us. We saw that years ago at another farm, and we picked up on that idea. And we have them graze. They eat grass, so grass, hay, grain. And the less grass you have, then the more hay you would have to supplement. Like right now, they're not eating much hay. They like to go out and eat the grass, which is fine. And also we have, thanks to our wonderful kids, in the ground drinkers. They're made by a man in Utah. They're called Barbara. And he made them years ago for horses. And somebody said, hey, I wonder if you could adapt that for llamas and alpacas. He did. They're pricey, but they're worth every penny, I think.
Are they like a cistern?
Well, what we did, we piped the water from our well alongside our driveway underground into 3 pastures. And this object, the drinker, is sunk below the frost line, so the water never freezes.
Well,
And how they drink is they go over with their nose or chin, they hit a paddle, and fresh, cold, clean water comes up. They drink, and then it goes back down.
Perfect.
No electricity to
Ah.
run it. They run it. Peaceful animal. Do you know how they talk to each other? They hum. They do have another sound called their alarm call or their bugle call. And we hear that, and we heard it years ago when they saw deer come down our driveway for the first time. Like, whoa, what is that? Real loud. There's one using the drinker right now. That blue, my husband put a blue tub around the actual drinker just to protect it, because sometimes they, kick it and stuff. But that black thing next to it is just a cart. Now that's the baby walking over there. She's starting to investigate the drinker. And her mama is on the right there.
Oh, okay. So to the left of the blue, that's the baby there.
That's the baby.
Okay.
So,
You know what? It's not. Yeah. It's not.
I mean, for a comfortable space for too long.
She's okay. My husband is feeding her on the fence. He is taking her bucket, that's George down there, and putting it on the fence.
George is your husband?
Mm-hmm.
And she knows the intention. 'Cause she's
She
in front of him.
Oh yeah, she is so sweet. We used to give her a couple little pats. Now he's going to take those buckets. He just had surgery on his leg, so he's gone. They found an aneurysm behind his knee.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was quite intense. So he's using his little stick. But now he already put the buckets in for the first shelter, and the baby went in with the mama. Now he's taking them to the next shelter, the three of them. They know where to go. See, he has them trained, and they know not to get in front of him. They're following him, and he's going to put one bucket on one side, which he just did, one bucket on the other side, which he just did, and one in the middle. So those three eat that way.
So they'll eat the cup.
Now we have, our favorite is, we try every year to go up to Mount LeConte in the Smokies and hike that. Please sit down, Nan. And the answer is no. It says, as you go on, you can raise 2 to 6 alpacas per acre in milder, wetter climates where you have abundant fresh pasture available.
I'm not interested in that.
There are only there's only two breeds of alpacas in the whole world.
world.
Okay.
Only 2 breeds of alpacas. This one is called the Surrey. S-U-R-I.
And that's what Liza has.
She has Surreys.
Surreys.
Mm-hmm. We have had Surreys. Ours passed away at ages 16, 17, 18. The lifespan of an alpaca is 15 to 20 years. But some live much longer. You never know, just like with people.
And this is real Surrey fleece.
That's not.
Oh, this is not.
That's
Okay.
an imitation
Okay.
on that, yeah.
Okay, so their coats are different, right?
Yeah, they
These
don't.
are long
They
and
hang.
hang.
Now, the other breed is the Wakaya, and that's spelled Huacaya, but the Spanish people pronounce that H like a W, so Waka.
Okay.
All of the ones that we have now, and our llama, because a llama can be a Surrey or a Wakaya also, are Wakayas. They have like the teddy bear fleece. Kind of partial to them. I don't know why.
You're partial to them?
Yeah, I am. I enjoy working a lot with their fleece. And let me show you the difference while we're talking. The tail, just this. That will go into bag 1. That's considered prime fleece. The longest pieces, beautiful. That will go to the mill, bag 1s for every animal to make yarn. Okay? Now I'm going to have you feel. This is off of a Wakaya, and it's Tingle. He's one of our boys. You'd like Tingle. He's available. Tingle was named after my mother's middle name, My mother's mother was from England, and her maiden name was Tingle. So we had my mama here until she passed away in my arms at almost 96. And right after she passed away, he was born. So I said, we're going to name him Tingle. And he is our oldest alpaca. Jingle Bells, his baby. His registered name is Jingles Tingle. But I want you to feel his fleece from his back.
Oops.
That's okay. Now, as you're feeling that, you notice your hands are not getting greasy and yucky because you're not feeling wool from a sheep.
So this has like never been cleaned or anything.
What's that?
It's never been cleaned.
Nope, nothing. Right
Just
off
right
of his
off-
back,
right off
out of
his
bag
back.
one. You can still see a little bit of dirt. Now, somebody said, well, you wash your alpacas? No, we don't wash our alpacas. God does when it rains. But this is going to go to the mill, bag ones, and they have to wash it. Okay, so they're going to wash that. That's Tingle, right off of his back. And here's Tingle. It's been washed, and it's been spun into 200 yards.
The whole back.
What's that?
Just his back.
That
whole
one
back.
side and then the other side. Yeah, that goes for yarn.
Okay.
And you get a lot, not just this. But whatever is washed and spun into 200 yards of yarn, whether it's a skein, this is called a skein, or a roll, the mill that we go to does 200 yards. Then it goes on a machine. Now this is ting. This is this that's been washed, dried, spun into 200 yards, and then it comes back to me. Here it is back to me from the mill. I put my label on it and his picture.
His picture.
And here you go.
And you sell that?
And we sell it.
2 years worth of fleece.
1700s. Long time. Let me see what's on this side. Lucille has been in business. Now this is recommended Blue Seal oil
These are the meds you give them every.
for parasites.
Okay.
Any animal that grazes outside will have parasites because parasites live in the grass. But you don't want them to get, and their body handles parasites fine all the time. They'll have them, but you don't want them to get an overload. So we give them the medications to prevent that. Now,
You give them the shot yourself?
yeah, you can do that, or you can have the vet come and do it. The oral, you just squirt in their mouth with a syringe. You know, it's pretty cool.
And you just buy it from your veterinarian?
We get it from a local feed store.
Oh,
We
okay.
give them Dectomax, a shot, and also Safeguard is another oral that we give them all because, especially if you have an animal that might be pregnant, Safeguard is the one to use. There are other ones out there, but you can. A good thing if you can find a vet that does large animals. We are blessed to have a wonderful vet here that does. And if it is with some of my alpaca yarn, I put the picture of the alpaca whose yarn is in whatever.
Very nice. Alpaca socks. This is Carol's workshop where she makes all these things. That is George. George is Carol's husband. And we're down here. They've got a little pond over there.
don't expect that's going to happen here because you don't have a. This was nothing but an old cattle ranch originally, and of course it had all grown up to trees and so forth originally. So what you see here has been cleared by us, most of it, and for the last 18 years.
It's so beautiful.
But anyway.
Okay.
He hasn't been neutered because we bought neutered males for $500.
Oh.
But of course they were older. But anyway, in our animals, we've priced them at the males, depending on their age,
So
like $750 a piece,
do you
depending
think
if they're young.
$750
Yeah, for a younger one.
for a younger one? Do you think the older ones would have a harder time acclimating to a new area?
I don't think so.
No?
As long as somebody's with them.
Okay.
They'll come in, they'll smell the ground and all that sort of stuff, and all of a sudden they'll decide that's where we're going to dump our beans.
Okay.
Because if you only have a couple, you're only going to have a couple piles. But if you have this many, you're going to have maybe 5 or 6 piles. They don't discriminate, but they do smell around and find out where everybody else has been going, which is an advantage of alpacas and llamas compared to cattle. They
So-
just dump any place.
See, this one is AT. AT has a little blaze, on her nose. Yes.
Because we have so many.
Hey, T. Hey. Hey, sweet thing.
To feed them, only put about 6 or 8 pellets in the palm of your hand with your fingers together, and don't make real quick movements because it sort of startles them.
There you go.
She just moves and you can't hold on to it. Genetics, they just want black.
Here.
Like blueberries.
Isn't it?
If I don't have any damage to the lower area, it's usually the edges that get busted up. I use that for hauling hay and stuff. I'm always trying to find something that I can use, something that's busted.
Look at this shelter he's got here.
How many miles are you from us?
Close, huh?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Usually we have in one of the shelters for about 2 days, and there's no question.
Two, have these 3 girls and the baby?
A little lemon, and this is Mama and her little baby.
And the baby?
2 dogs we have. No, we have Sunny. It's Sunny.
George, how
Right here.
Little pumpkin.
George, how old is the
That's
baby?
Pumpkin?
How old is the baby?
She's over a month old.
Older, a month old now.
Pumpkin. Hi, Pumpkin.
What you doing to her? Taking a little dust bath there. You're shy. Well, guys, our alpaca is going to be in our future. Well, I don't know. Short term, I'd say definitely not. But the jury's still out to see whether the future holds for those. But we had a wonderful time over in Franklin, North Carolina at the Skyview Alpaca Ranch. Carol and George were phenomenal. I mean, if you're ever over there, check out their website. It's Skyview Ranch Alpaca. And I'll put a link to their website and all that. But you meet them. It's a donation-based place. You meet them over there. She at their house, absolutely gorgeous home up in the mountains that overlooks Albert Mountain over in the distance on the Appalachian Trail. And it's just a fantastic place. And she just was so, I mean, just so welcoming. As soon as we pulled up there, she met us with open arms, took us up on the porch, explained a little bit about her alpacas. Then we went inside and she showed us a lot of how the alpacas are sheared during the year, and what they do with this material, this fiber. And it's just one thing after another. And then we went down and met George, her husband, who was maintaining them down there, and got to meet all the alpacas. And just a wonderful time. Absolutely, really enjoyed it. And it was so informative. I mean, I wear my little alpaca hoodie around now. I have a better appreciation for it, seeing how everything is made and where it comes from and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun to make, and I will see you soon, and take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.